For the first time in 25 years, Oklahoma's unemployment rate is higher than the national average. While much of the blame is from the depressed oil and gas markets, Oklahoma's second largest industry is also hurting. Farmers and ranchers say it is a tough time for the agriculture industry in Oklahoma.
This is the busiest time of year at stockyards around the state. Ranchers are selling off the cattle they have fattened up all year. Jodon Eves is the owner of the Tulsa stockyards. He is also a rancher, and this week he sold 700 heads of cattle. In the past few years, this is a season for him and other ranchers to celebrate their earnings.
In 2014, I had several of my big steers that brought $1,800 a head. And then 2015, those same steers averaged about $1,200 a head. And today, I sold a bunch of them, and they brought about $850 a head.
Auctioneer Blaine Lotz was the bid caller for Eve's cattle.
$1,000 difference in 3 years. You know, that's a big difference for a lot of people, and especially since they consider this check to be their livelihood. This might be their only check that they get all year.
Lotz conducts auctions in cattle country 5 days a week. He feels the rancher's pain.
There's a lot of people that don't know exactly what to do. I know that there's a lot of farmers and ranchers out there especially that are taking the safe side and keeping the heifer side of their calf crops back, you know, because you can't go wrong buying a heifer in the industry. You know, if all prices go wrong, they can rebreed them in the future and then produce more cattle.
Deciding to hold or sell right now is a gamble either way, according to Eves.
There's some people that thinks that we're probably where we're going to be for a while, or maybe it'll even go lower, and they're going ahead and selling theirs. But there's some that are thinking it might get better, and they're weaning them and going to keep them till next spring.
Eves explains that it costs about $500 a year to take care of a cow and her calf.
When you're getting prices like we're getting now, there's not much over that $500, so it really cuts into your profit margins.
Eves says he can't point to one reason for the huge drop in cattle prices, but wheat farmers know exactly why they have seen their profit margins nearly evaporate this year.
This year, we had a bumper wheat crop pretty much from Texas to Canada.
Oklahoma Secretary of Agriculture Jim Reese says a glut of wheat on the market has cut the price in half.
The last couple years it was $6, and now it's less than $3 at the elevator.
Liz, I'd describe right now it's trying times. We've had an equity depletion in the wheat and cattle market, corn and soybeans as well, and agriculture in general over the past 18 months. We've had an equity drain of a lot of dollars.
Clay Bertram raises cattle and grows wheat.
Many farmers are opting not to grow. They've been looking at going to other crops next year. Southwest Oklahoma will probably be planting more cotton this next year. Northern Oklahoma, they maybe went to canola to try to clean up the fields.
Bertram says many growers may have to seek off-the-farm jobs.
I have an off-the-farm job. I run an accounting agency, and I also sell crop insurance. So I have to look for those opportunities that I can supplement my farming income. And I have to watch every single penny that I spend out here at the farm. I have to know what my cost of production is, and I have to analyze each purchase that I make. Is that going to make me money, or is it going to cost me money?
Ag Secretary Reese says the depressed agriculture industry is adding to Oklahoma's economic woes.
30% of wheat is exported to other countries, which means that is money that comes from other countries into the United States and into Oklahoma. And so that's going to be a lot less money that is coming into Oklahoma due to exports.
And the less profit, the less buying power.
They don't buy new trucks, they don't buy new tractors, they make do with what they have.
If you look at Oklahoma, oil and gas and agriculture are the two main incomes for this state. We've got a lot of other industries that bring a lot of money in the state, but when you look at Oklahoma, those are the two primary sources of income that this state provides. And both of those two entities are really hurting right now, and so general perception is not very good. There's a lot of producers in the oil and gas and agricultural industry that are really suffering right now.
In August, Oklahoma's unemployment rate increased to 5.1% compared to the national average of 4.9%. It is the first time in more than 2 decades that Oklahoma's unemployment rate topped the national average. The numbers for September are due out next week.